What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm joined by Tyler, and we are back for another video in our Kingdom Hearts community series, a community series that airs every single Thursday on our channel, leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3 releasing on January 29th, and we talk about all things Kingdom Hearts here. We've had a lot of conversations about Kingdom Hearts 3, about some themes, about some ideas of what could happen in Kingdom Hearts 3. Last time we talked about Aqua, and in this video we want to talk about everybody's favorite character, Roxas. So, in terms of when the games actually came out, Roxas was first shown in Kingdom Hearts 2, and he really has become a fan favorite, stuck around obviously in many different games, as appeared in a lot of them, and obviously will be in Kingdom Hearts 3. We have visual proof in terms of the trailers for Roxas, so I think everybody's question. There's a lot of different things you could talk about with Roxas, what his purpose would be, what he's going to be doing, and we can maybe touch on that. But we mainly want to discuss if Roxas is going to survive Kingdom Hearts 3. We did this a little while ago as well. We talked about characters in general that we think will and won't make it out of the game. So Tyler, again, Roxas, very, very popular. I don't know if that they don't really care about that, but he's obviously a very popular character to the fans. Been around a very long time, again, in Kingdom Hearts 3. So what do you think? Do you think he's actually going to make it out of this game?
I actually don't. Sorry, guys. and I kind of see it. Kingdom Hearts is beyond confusing, but at the same time, it's very simple. And what I think... So we have to understand and remember, right, that Ven is part of Sora. Ven is asleep because his heart is essentially splintered. The dark part is Vanitas, who is in Kingdom Hearts 3. He is one of the organization, the true organization, 13 members. So Vanitas looks like teenage Sora with darker hair and yellow eyes because he's part Xehanort. That's how it seems, right? So that's Vanitas. He's the dark half of Ven, who's the light half. When Ven fought Vanitas in Birth by Sleep, he sort of won because it's confusing. They formed the Key Blade. That's what Master Xehanort's plan was with Vanitas and Ven. Splitting them allowed Vanitas, who is the source of the Unversed, the negatively created beings, known as the Unversed. So that's the source of the Unversed is Vanitas. So the more Unversed that there were, the more negativity that there was, the stronger Vanitas grew. And they threw these Unversed basically and it was all a big plan in motion to separate Terra and Ven and Aqua and all that stuff, in order for Ven to have to do different things, and he himself would get stronger, so his light would get stronger. So that way that Ven's light would be strong enough to take on Vanitas's darkness. They would then clash. That was the whole point of bringing all of them to the Keyblade graveyard. They would then clash, forming the Key Blade, right? And that did happen, but Ven actually kind of prevailed and exploded in a way, but didn't die. Aqua saved him. But now he's asleep, and he had to kind of rest, and he needed a place for his heart to sleep, and he found Sora's heart, so he's been sleeping in Sora's heart. And I had to explain all of that so you understand what I'm about to say about Roxas. So Ven is in, or his heart is in Sora. For Sora to be able to save Ven, he obviously has to do something probably internal also. But anyways, the reason that Roxas looks like Ventus is because, again, Ven is in Sora's heart. So that's why when Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1 became a Heartless, it also created a Nobody, and the Nobody took on the appearance of Ven. So that's why Roxas looks that way. He doesn't look like Sora. Vanitas looks like Sora. So, if Roxas is truly a Organization 13 member, which it does appear, I mean, we've only seen him once in the trailers, but he's in the Organization 13 outfit. He probably is not the Roxas that we saw at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, where he shakes Sora's hand and he merges with Sora. I don't think that's what it is, mainly because of the whole time travel aspect that we now know exists because of Dream Drop Distance. It's probably a Roxas that was before the events of Kingdom Hearts 2, probably right before Kingdom Hearts 2, and probably the 358 over 2 days Roxas. That's just my theory. So that's my guess. So all of that stuff didn't happen. So all of that didn't happen. All the falling out and realizing and just how he was in a fake Twilight Town, all that stuff, that didn't happen. That's my opinion. We'll see if I'm right, but that's my theory, and I tend to be right on these things. So there's a lot of things that Roxas will have to learn. He doesn't realize yet, probably, because I believe that Shion is in the game, and the only reason I think that is she's on the box art. And I don't think, and they have to. In Kingdom Hearts 3, this no matter what, whether this is the last Kingdom Hearts game for many years or whatever, this is the end of the Xehanort saga. So all of these games that have led up to this, all of these characters have to be in the game because they're all connected, right? That was the whole point. Everybody's connected, and everybody somehow is connected to Sora. We do know how. I'm not making fun. Everybody is connected to Sora in a way, including Shion, because she directly is sort of from him. And I promise this will lead to Roxas. So, if Shion's in the game, and then of course we remember that the reason Organization 13 needed Roxas was because they wanted a Keyblade wielder to help with forming Kingdom Hearts. They needed somebody to go out and defeat Heartless. That was Roxas's role. They got Shion. In case Roxas didn't work out, they had a backup Shion. Shion and all of them kind of figured out. She ends up having Roxas destroy her, and all these things happen. After that, Roxas kind of starts to get off the path, and that's what leads to him in Kingdom Hearts 2, and he kind of breaks out of Organization Hold. So that all happened, right? But if this is not that Roxas, if this is a previous version of him, none of that happened yet to that Roxas. So he's still kind of going to be... at one point, he was a little bit of a dick. I'll say that. He was a little dickish. So I think he'd still kind of be that way. I think he'll have that attitude that he had when he fought Riku, when he's like, "I'm not Sora. Stop calling me Sora." He had an attitude a little bit. So I think that's kind of the Roxas that we're going to have here. So what's going to happen is Sora's going to have to maybe just interacting with him. I don't know. I actually have a feeling that Sora's going to fight Roxas again, and maybe that fight will kind of bring back all these memories or different things that will come out of Sora and remind Roxas who he ended up becoming and what actually happened. And I think Sora will actually bring Roxas back. I have a feeling that that's not what's going to make Roxas kind of not survive. But I do think once Sora is able to free or save or whatever terminology you want to use, then I think that's going to allow Roxas to finally be free. So, because he'll... that's just my vibe. It makes sense to me. So because of that, I think Roxas, maybe Axel too, I don't know, but I think Roxas will... he'll do something to try to help Sora finally defeat Xehanort. Don't know what that'll look like at all, but I have a feeling that we're going to see that, and Roxas, he'll likely probably, whatever he does, he'll likely do some damage to Xehanort's plan or Xehanort or some of the organization, and it'll be a sacrifice, and he'll know it will be a sacrifice, but he'll go out and it'll leave an impact on the characters and the success of the Guardians of Light in the defeat of these Organization 13 and Master Xehanort. So I know it's kind of hard to just kind of say that, but because it is Kingdom Hearts, there is so much to it that if I were to just say, well, Roxas will be defeated, well, you can say, well, yeah, he could be defeated, but as we know, when nobody's defeated, they just become a person again, and then yada, yada, yada. And we know that from Lee and all these other organization members. But then we also have to remember there's time travel and all that stuff. So we have to clarify how somebody could even not survive in general. And again, we were told in Dream Drop Distance that it has been a lie that we were originally told nobodies don't have hearts. They're not real people. We found out on Dream Drop Distance that was a lie, and that really made Sora upset. That they do have hearts, and they are people. They do exist. They do matter. So, I think that is something that's going to come out or be said again or something and kind of snap Roxas out of it or whatever. And I do think that whatever sacrifice he does, it'll be like I said, it's a conscious sacrifice and it's a purposeful sacrifice because he's going to feel that for the first time as Roxas, not Sora, but as his own person with his own heart, that he's going to do something to help the light, and that's what he's going to do. So, and I know I said before, like you know, in Kingdom Hearts you kind of can't not survive and this and that, but I think things will kind of change in that. I think something will shift where it will be possible to not survive, and for Roxas, I think because Ven will be saved or his own person again. That's what I think. You know, we can always assume. Or we can only assume. Once Ven is his own person and separate from Sora, then it sort of makes it more difficult for if Roxas was defeated and then he goes back within Sora or whatever happens. Well, that Ven piece that created Roxas is no longer there. So I don't even know if it would even be possible for Roxas to exist, if that made any sense. So that's what I'm thinking. Roxas sacrifices himself. It's his own decision as a person to do that. It'll probably be one of the saddest parts of the entire game. That's my theory. I personally really like Roxas. I also want to say this right before the end. I think Roxas will have a much larger role than Ven. I don't think Ven will be in it very much at all. I don't even know if he will make it. I don't know. But that's too hard to theorize. But as for Roxas, I think Roxas will be the more predominant version, that we see between Roxas and Ven. I think it'll be Roxas. And the reason I think that is when we look at the apparel, the merchandise that's coming out for Kingdom Hearts 3, there's something for Roxas, not for Ven. So that's important, I think. They wouldn't concentrate on creating all these different outfits for these 6 characters, and one is Roxas, not Ventus. So that means that Roxas plays a decently large role. So that's my theory as for why Roxas won't survive Kingdom Hearts 3.
So let us know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Do you think Roxas will make it out of this game, or do you not? Let us know. Again, these community series videos go up every single Thursday on our channel where we talk about Kingdom Hearts related topics. We got a lot more coming as we approach Kingdom Hearts 3 releasing. We're going to start doing 2 a week when it gets to middle of January. So lots of Kingdom Hearts content coming, lots of big ideas coming. And then when Kingdom Hearts 3 actually comes out, we'll have tons of stuff on the game then. So thank you guys, as always, for watching, and we'll see you next week.